The race for Gilberto Mora is no longer a rumour on the scouting circuit. It's become a headline fight between some of the biggest names in football. At just 16, Mora has forced Europe's attention the old-fashioned way by performing on big stages and piling up senior minutes. He's already logged more than 40 appearances for Xolos de Tijuana and then arrived at the Under-20 World Cup in Chile with the kind of fearless attacking that turned heads everywhere. 2 goals against Spain that were equal parts instinct and intelligence. Those moments didn't just win matches, they handed Mora a passport into conversations that once seemed premature for a teenager. Now Barcelona have stepped into a competition that already featured Real Madrid, Manchester United and Ajax, and the stakes are clear. This is a battle for a potential future superstar, and it's taking place long before the usual transfer frenzy of older stars. What makes Mora different is not a single flash of brilliance, but a pattern you can chart across club and country. He is versatile across the front line, but most often starts on the left. Comfortable with both feet while naturally right-footed, he blends pace and physicality in one-on-one duels with a vision that belies his years. Scouts notice his willingness to make off-the-ball runs, the kind of movement that creates passing angles and forces defenders to make decisions. That combination has led to an invitation. Barcelona called him to train at La Masia last year. An invite like that is a formal recognition. BARCA didn't merely watch, they asked him into their environment. Add an agent's remark, Brazilian representative Rafaela Pimenta saying a move to Europe could realistically happen in the summer of 2026, and you get a timeline that will keep transfer teams awake through next season. Clubs measure prospects in different currencies: minutes played, high-pressure performances, adaptability, and a temperament for growth. Mora ticks many boxes. Those 2 goals against Spain were not just goals. They were clinical answers to a bigger question. Can a teenage winger impose himself against top youth opposition? The answer, for now, is yes. That alone explains why a range of suitors, from the tradition-steeped Real Madrid and Manchester United to developmental powerhouses like Ajax, plus Premier League heavyweights Arsenal and Manchester City, and even into Miami, have their scouts taking notes. Barcelona's entrance to that list changes the geometry of the chase because BARCA have their own model and a belief in youth integration that can accelerate a talent's path to first-team football. For Mora, the choice isn't just about cash or cachet, it's about the environment that will maximize his development. But this story isn't merely a transfer rumour, it's a microcosm of how modern football is reshaping talent pipelines. If Barcelona and Real Madrid truly compete to sign Mora, it becomes more than a single signature. It's a public statement about where clubs look for value. Clubs that win these races can tilt the balance in certain regions for years. A Mexican player moving early to Spain sends a signal to other young talents and their agents about feasible pathways. It also forces clubs in Mexico to consider how they retain and sell talent, and how they negotiate the timing of departures so young players flourish rather than stagnate. There is also a human layer to this narrative. At 16, decisions are as much about timing and mentorship as they are about money. A training stint at La Masia last year gives Mora a taste of what an elite academy life looks like, but an official move would be the next test, adapting to a new country, higher tactical demands, and the pressure that comes with carrying a label like a wonder kid. That pressure can make or break a career, and clubs understand this. The teams circling Mora will weigh how much game time they can realistically promise, how their coaches plan to integrate him, and whether their environment can preserve his confidence while sharpening his skills. Expect the next chapters to play out publicly. More scouting reports, agent statements, and perhaps clubs making formal approaches as summer 2026 draws closer. For now, the immediate narrative is clear. One of Europe's greatest rivalries has another battleground. Real Madrid and Barcelona squaring up for a 16-year-old from Tijuana reframes everything from youth, scouting priorities to the potential next wave of Mexican talent in Europe. Keep your eyes on the under-20 tournaments, the training invites, and any official movement next year. This is one story where the early footsteps already echo lines, and the club that closes the deal could be claiming more than just a player. It could be shaping the future of a national pipeline and announcing loudly the next big name to watch.